In the golden sands of ancient Egypt, a realm where gods walked among mortals, a powerful story unfolded. It's a tale of divine anger, human folly, and an ingenious trick that saved all life from total annihilation. At the heart of this saga was Ra, the mighty sun god, creator of the universe and king of the deities. He watched over his creation, including humanity, with both benevolence and a stern eye. For a time, humans lived in harmony under Ra's watchful gaze, but as generations passed, whispers of discontent began to spread. Humanity grew arrogant, forgetting their place in Ra's boundless gifts. They questioned his rule, doubted his wisdom, and even dared to plot against him. This rebellion, born of pride and ingratitude, did not go unnoticed by the vigilant sun god. Ra, observing from his celestial throne, felt a deep sadness quickly turn to righteous fury. How could his cherished creation betray him so openly? A council of gods was convened to decide humanity's fate. Some advocated for mercy, but Ra's anger was too profound to be easily swayed. He believed a severe lesson was needed. From his fiery eye, Ra unleashed his most terrifying aspect, the goddess Sekhmet, the lioness of war and pestilence. Her purpose was clear, to punish humanity for its insolence. Sekhmet descended upon the earth, a whirlwind of destruction. With the roar of 1,000 lions and claws sharper than any blade, she began her terrible task. Cities crumbled, fields turned to dust, and screams echoed across the land. Sekhmet, the instrument of divine wrath, showed no mercy to those who had angered Ra. But a terrible change began within Sekhmet. The taste of blood, the thrill of destruction, awakened an insatiable hunger deep within her divine being. Her rampage continued, driven not by divine command alone, but by a savage, uncontrollable bloodlust. She was no longer just punishing, she was reveling in the slaughter. Ra watched from above, his initial fury now replaced by growing horror. Sekhmet was supposed to teach a lesson, not erase all of humanity from existence. The destruction was too vast, too absolute. Ra had misjudged the intensity of his own power, unleashing a force that threatened to consume everything he had created. He quickly reconvened the divine council, but this time the purpose was different. How to stop Sekhmet before she extinguished the last spark of life. The gods deliberated, their collective wisdom challenged by Sekhmet's unstoppable wrath. Solutions were proposed, then dismissed, each seeming too weak against her divine power. Time was running out. Each passing moment brought humanity closer to total extinction. The fate of the world hung precariously in the balance. It was Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and magic, who finally devised a plan. A plan so cunning, so unconventional, that it just might work. Thoth's idea involved a massive quantity of beer, brewed not for celebration but for salvation. It would be dyed red, mimicking the very substance Sekhmet craved. Thousands of jars were filled. And then, a crucial ingredient was added: red ochre, or perhaps pomegranate juice, transforming the golden brew into a convincing imitation of blood. The gods worked tirelessly, their urgency fueled by the dwindling hope for humanity. The sheer volume of liquid required was staggering, but their determination was unwavering. By dawn, 7,000 jars of this blood-red beer had been prepared. It was enough, they hoped, to satiate even Sekhmet's boundless thirst. The next step was crucial: scattering the potent brew across the very land Sekhmet was ravaging. It had to be discovered at just the right moment. As the first rays of the morning sun touched the ravaged earth, Sekhmet, weary but still consumed by her bloodlust, surveyed her latest night's work. Her eyes, accustomed to the sight of carnage, suddenly caught a glimpse of something peculiar on the horizon. Vast pools of red liquid spread across the plains like newly shed blood. A primal instinct took over. Believing it to be the blood of her victims, Sekhmet rushed towards the crimson bounty, her thirst overpowering all other thoughts. She bent down, her massive lioness head dipping into the liquid, and began to drink. Deeply, greedily, believing she was consuming the very essence of her wrath. One pool, then another, and another. Sekhmet drank for hours, consuming the vast quantities of red-dyed beer, unaware of the deception. The intoxicating effects of the potent brew slowly began to take hold. Her fierce eyes glazed over, her predatory snarl softened, and her powerful body began to sway. The endless cycle of bloodlust and vengeance finally broke. Sekhmet, the terrifying goddess of war, succumbed to the unexpected power of fermented grains. When she awoke, the bloodlust had vanished. The cunning deception had worked, not by force, but by a clever manipulation of her insatiable desire. Humanity was saved from total destruction, not by battle, but by beer. The world could now begin to heal thanks to Thoth's brilliant, if unconventional, plan. Sekhmet returned to her role as a protector, her ferocity now channeled into safeguarding rather than destroying. The balance of the world was restored. This ancient myth serves as a fascinating reminder that sometimes the most desperate situations call for the most unexpected solutions. It's a testament to the wisdom of the gods, the resilience of life, and the surprising power of a well-timed, potent brew.